You know, politics can be a really hot button topic among family and friends, especially during an election year. But how you're talking to your kids about it, that's in this morning's Mama Said So segment that we've started here. Everything from commercials to yard signs to parents talking about who they'll vote for amongst each other. It's inevitable your children will be exposed to some of that conversation, too. Unfortunately, they may also be exposed to the ugly side of politics, all the mudslinging as well. Joining me now, once again, I have parenting activist and best-selling author and founder and host of Tilt Parenting podcast, Debbie Reber. Debbie, welcome back to the show. You know, election years are so tough. Thankfully, my 5-month-old, we're not quite there yet, and I'm so thankful for it right now. Where do you even begin with politics and kids?
Well, we really want to acknowledge how complex these topics are. I think there is so much divisiveness right now, and we want to just say, yeah, this is really hard, and sometimes there are no easy answers.
I know some of the big issues this year, of course, the economy, the border, abortion. How can parents talk about these? And so often, too, you pass a billboard that talks about these things, and they're in the back seat saying, hey, Mom, you know, what's that mean? How do you talk about these things without invoking fear or anxiety?
And also our own opinions, right? We want to get curious about what our kids know. What do they think about things? Why do they feel that way? This is an opportunity to teach them to be critical thinkers and to really explore their own divergent views if they have them. And we don't want to put our own anxiety and fear. So we want to be not emotional if possible.
Yeah, and I feel like that's easier said than done. I want to elaborate a bit more on that because most of us identify with one political party or the other. How do you teach your child about politics in a way that encourages them, to your point, to be their own thinker when many of us are so set in our ways and beliefs in adulthood?
I think, again, it's asking them, well, what do you think would be best? It's having these open-ended conversations. And we can say, oh, that's so interesting. I see things a little differently, but thanks for sharing your point of view. And we really have to modulate our own regulation when we're engaging in these conversations.
Yeah. And just about 10 seconds left. How do you figure out what's age appropriate?
You really have to kind of know where your child is. Every child's different, but I encourage talking from when they're really young about politics in general and then get more complex as our kids get older.
Yeah. Debbie Reber, thank you. I'm sorry I have to cut it short, but I'd love to have you back next week. I love this Mama Said So segment, and I really appreciate your time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.